morning from sunny San Diego. Yes, just checking. It is actually Sunday, sunny, although it's been raining over the weekend. Kind of weird. You know the song, It Never Rains in Southern California. Anyway, boy, have I got something for you today. In fact, if you have debt, you really need to watch this, whether it's personal debt or business debt, mortgage, anything, whatever. You really need to watch. If you have debt, you will thank me. Honestly, you'll be thanking me. Just in case you don't know who I am, I'm Andrea Kuchin, and I am part of PhD and Follow-Up. And this is my Home Biz Tips, where we give you all sorts of brilliant ideas for running your business. But it's not just about business. It's grown into so much more. If you do need to contact me, if you've got any questions, any confusion, any complaints, whatever, all feedback gratefully accepted and appreciated. Andrea at phdandfollowup.com. You can also text or email me. Seriously, you can text or call. I was supposed to say text or call me anytime, and I will answer the phone, really. You could also, if you want to have a Zoom call with me, you can go to phdandfollowup.com/ask Andrea, and that'll take you to my calendar, and you can book an appointment. Let me just adjust this slightly. There you go. You can book an appointment and we can discuss over Zoom, and I can guide, help, advise, or you can guide, help, and advise me. That's always nice. So if you have debt, you need to watch this. Now, I've been banging on for many, many years, mostly to business owners, about how they can grow their income by creating additional streams of income. In other words, they can find something else to do that will generate an income for them to increase their profit, but not increase their effort necessarily or their time. So, for example, you would find you'd write a book if you're an expert in something, or you'd create a training course. And then these things can be sold online without any extra effort from you. Of course, the initial effort is massive, but is nowhere near as difficult as people think, which was why I helped them. And then, of course, you can also promote a product that's aligned with your service or product. You know, if you're doing yoga classes, sell yoga plants or yoga mats. You know, if you're a health practitioner, sell supplements. You know, it's a logical thing, because this can be done online and it's totally separate from your business. So it doesn't matter if there's then a lockdown and you can't invite people to your home to do your yoga classes anymore. You can still sell the pants and create a training course that they can do online, right? So that was where it started. And then it grew and it grew and it grew. And my idea was always multiple streams of income for financial stability, because I remember very, very clearly how it felt that very first time that I had a full-time job that I absolutely loved. And my boss said to me at the end of a Friday afternoon, "I'm going to have to let you go." That was the worst thing. I had a mortgage to pay. I didn't know how I was going to pay the mortgage the following month. And it didn't happen to me only one time. It happened to me several times. And that's where the idea of running a business alongside a job first started to percolate, or doing freelance work. Doing freelance work is what it actually was then, because that was a long time ago and things have changed significantly now. Now it's much easier to generate multiple streams of income. But what is it I'm so excited about today specifically? Because obviously I'm learning and researching all the time. I'm listening to people speak. I'm hearing how they do things. I'm looking to people who are in a better position than I am and who know more than I do to teach me something that will motivate and inspire or push me in a different direction or introduce me to a new program. And it happens all the time. I'm bombarded with information, but I've learned how to decipher what's important and what isn't. And I heard something the other day, absolutely blew my mind, because it said what I've been trying to say in an incredibly simple, straightforward, to the point way. This, my friends, is what I heard. You have multiple sources of debt. So you need multiple sources of income to handle them all. Nothing to do with financial stability or security or rainy days or all that kind of stuff, which is always sort of out in the future, and it's a sort of nebulous idea, that people have, that could happen. No, this is real. You have multiple sources of debt. And I challenge all of you to disagree with me there, because you do. I bet you anything you've got a mortgage or rent payment that has to be paid. I bet you've got a credit card. You might even have 2 credit cards. You might have a student loan, right? You might have a car loan. And then, of course, you've got all sorts of expenses as well, which arguably are debts, because as soon as somebody sends you a bill, you owe them money. That's a debt. But I'm not even really talking about that, because I'm assuming that your regular income covers that. What I'm talking about is the things that hang over your heads for years and years and don't actually get a lot smaller. They get bigger faster than they get smaller because of interest rate and compound interest rate and so on and so forth. So now it makes sense. Multiple sources of debt. Why would you imagine that one single source of income would be the best way of handling that? If you put it that way, it makes sense, right? You wouldn't. You'd think, well, I've got lots of debt. I should have lots of different types of income to handle those different types of debt. So the kind of income that you want, ideally, is the kind of income that you don't have to spend a lot of time working on. Something that will be passive, right? Now, I do not consider writing a book and then making money off the royalties of the sales. That's not passive income to me, because quite frankly, writing a book takes blood, sweat, and tears. That's why I've not done it. Although I probably will do one day. It's a time-consuming, energy-draining activity, even when you have somebody to support you who has systems set up that can make it so much easier than you possibly imagined. It is still a major effort to do it. You still have to have the thoughts and get them out of your head, even if somebody else is putting them on paper for you and actually creating the book. So there is work to be done. Yes, afterwards, once that's all over, it feels like passive, because you're not doing anything today and you were fast asleep and you sold 5 books. It feels passive, but it isn't. And most people can't do it. Many people don't want to do it, right? So strike that one off. What about creating a training course? Well, what if you're not even in business? What if you don't want to create a training course? What if you've got nothing to train? What if that's not your thing? Right. Passive income has to be something that you can do without any effort. Right. So affiliate sales is getting a little bit closer, because if you get a good system set up, it kind of runs automatically. But again, it's not that easy. Although if you join my team, we'll teach you how to do that at no additional cost. So remember that if that is something that is of interest to you. What I'm talking about is even easier than that. What I'm talking about is making a regular membership payment into a community that sells something that will generate some income for you, like a profit share. And no, before you switch me off, I'm not talking crypto. I'm not talking investments either. Nothing like that. Okay. All the information you need to understand what I'm talking about right now, you will find at phdandfollowup.com/savings. That's where it all is. I'll also put links in the description. I'm talking about a membership program. Now, as it happens, I've got lots of different membership programs that all have different things that might interest people, you know, depending on what their thing is. Now, when you go to Costco and you get a membership program, they don't say, well, do you have a particular field of interest? What kind of things do you usually buy? They just say, we've got a massive warehouse and you can get a discount on every single thing you buy. But they don't share their profits with you. So imagine you had access to something like a Costco that costs you a membership. And no, it's not an annual membership. It's a monthly membership. But I don't think you could even buy 3 cups of coffee for the price. And it gives you access to some pretty impressive ways to save money, which are going to make you way more than 3 cups of coffee. Even if you're not in the United States, which is where I am right now, even if you are abroad, in a couple of weeks, maybe a month, this company is launching something that will definitely be available for everybody in all countries. But that's not the main thing. That's the savings. That's the cake. What I'm offering you is the icing on the cake. Because even if you didn't save anything, maybe you don't want to, maybe you don't like that kind of thing. It reminds you of coupon clipping, which I totally appreciate. Maybe you just want to pay your monthly subscription and wait it out and see what happens. You will earn a percentage of the revenue from the company every month, up to about $2,400 a month. Not overnight, not by a long stretch. And you can speed up the process and dramatically increase the process by sharing. And we can talk about that another day. In fact, I have talked about that before, about how my community provides training that will help you set things up so they run pretty much automatically. But again, that's not quite as passive, is it? A little bit of effort required there, a little bit of time required there. What I'm talking about right now, because you have multiple sources of debt and you need multiple sources of income to handle them, a very easy way of making a bit more money is to click on the link, join this program, because it won't cost you much. And at some point in the future, it will pay you some money, which you can use to do all sorts of things, including pay down your credit cards or even your mortgage. It's just one option of many as a starting point. Now, on top of that, you can make some pretty amazing savings. On top of all that, if you promote it, you can also make more. But that's not the point. I'm trying to help you do something easy and trouble-free, actually trouble-free and totally affordable, which will generate some income for you. That's my purpose. That's how we handle these multiple sources of debt, because that money could go to your student loan, or that money could go to your mortgage, and it would make a difference, right? $2,400, what's that in sterling? £2,000 a month? That's going to make a dent in those debts, right? And that's only one program. There are others. So if you have questions, email me here, Andrea@phdandfollowup.com. And you can call or text me 619-822-6938. If I do not respond immediately, it's simply because you're on a different time zone than the one I happen to be in at the time that you reached out to me, because I always respond as quickly as I possibly can. And let me help you handle some of this debt and pay it off by creating more money coming in a simple, easy way. You see why I'm excited now? Doesn't it make more impact to you thinking about the fact that you have debt rather than thinking about the possibility that, you know, in the future you might have financial stability? It's not so impactful, is it? So it's my job to help you handle that. So reach out, call me, text me, email me. And that's all I had for today. So if you've got debt, watch this, share it with people. We want to help solve the problem. That's my purpose in life. And I'm now waffling because I'm looking for my outro. Where are we? Here it is. Okay. So thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to help you. So please reach out to me. Honestly, that's why I do this. That's why I'm here, to help as many people as I possibly can, to solve as many problems as I possibly can. And I'm getting pretty good at it, actually. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you. Take care. See you again, same time next week. Bye-bye.